Michael Smith gets the job done. He survived a few scares, but then he let Michael Van Gerwen have it in the final. Loads of people for years have been predicting this guy as a future world champ. Now, here he is one. At least one commentator was calling it the greatest final ever. Now, Darts Twitter took exception to that. It did produce the greatest leg ever. Your thoughts on the World Championship?
Well, the World Championship in itself, I thought was pretty, not average, but just wasn't that great. The final, it's a bit hard saying this, but if you take the leg away from the final, Smith was well in control. I just felt it was a mere World Championship which was captivated by that leg of darts, which was the best leg of darts of all time. It was nowhere near the best final of all time. I mean, once Smith got the ascendancy, he was never going to lose that. As for Michael Smith, we're now into an era now where he's going to pick up titles right, left and centre. I mean, it's already happening. I said in the past on Twitter about 2015, 2016 that I didn't think he'll win anything. But then I changed it a little bit by saying once he wins something, he'll win 10 or 11, and that's what's going to happen. He got to finals this year, like the UK Open, the European Championships. And as soon as he won the Grand Slam, the new era was going to come. And you might have... I'm actually hoping that there's a rivalry between Van Gerwen and Smith on the same level as his darts version of Federer versus Nadal or not Djokovic versus Nadal and that sort of thing. I'm hoping that really because it needs it, because every time there's like a rivalry, it's always like one-sided or it never happens or whatever. So I'm hoping, them two just scrap it out in finals if need be.
I mean, the sheer scoring power of Bully Boy is astonishing. And from 3-3 in that final, you basically saw MVG, some say the greatest ever, although Phil Taylor has got to be number one. But, I mean, you just saw this guy, the Green Machine, kind of wilt.
He did, because it was relentless pressure. I mean, Smith is probably one of the most talented darts players there is. Because he just makes it look so simple. He's just like putting it in the board. Now he's winning titles. You'll see something different. Yeah, he just dominates MVG. MVG struggles when there's serious pressure on him, and there's never been. I know you had that match with Sulovic and everything like that, but Sulovic was playing catch up. It was a great moment he got there 1-6-7, but Sulovic was always playing catch up. MVG had enough to spare. But once somebody was on top of MVG, he just struggles a little bit. So sometimes he does well, sometimes he doesn't, but he just struggles a little bit. So that's what happened, and let's see what the rivalry takes us next time when they're playing in, the Masters and so forth. Let's see what happens if that's the final.
As you mentioned, we're seeing it now, Smith getting to finals, winning them. You're saying we've created a monster. The one thing I've noticed about this guy is he seems to be taking the game more serious, turns his back, he doesn't overreact, he's not celebrating. It's all business once he approaches that hockey. You're right, the relentless pressure.
Yeah, he does. There's a different attitude towards it in the last 3 or 4 months. It's like he's got to finals and haven't really affected him. He's just like, well, I know I'm going to get to a final again, so I'm going to win this one, and that's what's happened. So with Michael Smith, he's developed himself as mentally over the past few years as well. As I say, we're getting into a new era with MVG, because MVG had a great year. I mean, he won four TV events, so you can't rule that out either. So Smith versus MVG. If they contest most of the finals, it'd be good. If it's just like Nadal, as I said, like the tennis wars in the last 15 years. So let's see what happens.